Good morning. And I say good morning because it is early on October 10th. No, it's the 24th. That's how early it is.
Yeah, yep.
I'm
Uh,
way off. Apologies in advance for my gravelly voice and yawns. Good morning.
Morning.
All right. I don't even know where to start. I'm glad we're doing this today, though. World Series begins tonight, so we
Yeah,
thought we should probably try and get ahead of that.
yeah. Give you
I
all
guess we'll
our
start there.
terrible predictions before they
All of
happen.
our terrible predictions as we will we'll talk about as we get down the list here. Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing. So World Series, we sat here and recorded last week and a half ago there, and the Jays were down 0-2 in the championship series, and yet here we are, the day of the World Series, and they're there.
They are. They are
That's
in there.
pretty incredible. Very rare. I forgot to look up the stat because it's so early, but once they were down 0-2, they were pretty much written off, and they go to Seattle. They rip off 2 out of 3 there. Then they're at home for the last two and take care of business. Wow.
Yeah,
Was that game seven exciting?
it was a good one. I got to watch the tail end of it at work. It was,
Yeah.
yeah, it was a good one.
I, I don't know if anybody could have written a script for the way it happens like that. It wasn't a chintzy win. It wasn't a mistake. It had to be a 3-run home run in the seventh, 2 outs, George Springer. Oh, and just cinematic. I couldn't scroll on social media for the next 2 days without seeing every different type of edit, every angle, every emotional music overlaid on it. Oh, it's a fantastic time to be a Jays fan.
Yeah, there was a lot of pride in that one, that's for sure.
There sure was. I mean, yeah, you talk about that. It's basically North America versus the Dodgers because even down south, they don't like them.
Yeah.
And the tagline that the Dodgers are ruining baseball. It's been a thing all year. Their owner came out and said it when they won the NLCS. They say we're ruining baseball. Well, let's win 4 more and really ruin baseball. They had some pride in that, and I get it because I don't really understand how they're ruining baseball. They have the biggest payroll in the league by far and away, in a league that doesn't have a salary cap, and this is the concern
Yeah.
that the league's going to have to mandate a salary cap because LA spends. They've been to the World Series 5 times in the last 7 years,
Yeah.
8 years, but it's not their fault. People want to go there because they're good,
Yeah.
because they win,
Yep. Yeah.
right?
Consistency
It's
brings
the
in the big boys, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's the same thing in hockey, right? The people are saying Florida's ruining hockey. The no taxes. We got to deal with the tax situation in Florida.
Yeah.
Florida was god awful for how many years?
A
You
lot.
ask casual fans, they didn't even know there was a team in Florida.
Yeah.
Florida who?
Yeah.
They were awful. People go there now, and people like Brad Marchand, all those guys who just resigned, who take discounts and
Hmm.
deals. Well, yeah, because all they do is win. They've been in the Stanley Cup final 3 straight years.
Yep.
For people who are in the back end of their careers, it's almost a guarantee at a shot at a cup. Of course, they're going to sign there,
Definitely. Yep.
right? So I don't think LA is ruining baseball. It would suck to see a salary cap introduced in the MLB because I think it does hamper some action, especially in leagues like the NHL, where
Hmm.
so hamstrung, especially with the current structure. I know the salary cap's going up over the next few years and things can change, but it is what it is. People go there because they win. Can't fault them for that.
Yeah. I think there's definitely upsides and downsides to a salary cap, depending on which side you're looking at it from. Like, you like the idea of a salary cap just because creating competition across teams that usually wouldn't be able to be competitive, just being able to sign more players because their income is restricted to a certain number, um, kind of creates that opportunity. But yeah, like you said, in the NHL, like it still doesn't change the dynamic of which teams make it to the finals. It's always the same I mean, I shouldn't say always, but most of the time it's the same consistent teams for a string of years that you see make it to the finals. And that's because people go to the people that are winning because they want to win. It doesn't really matter. You like same thing with McDavid, right? You watch him just sign a contract for way less than what was
Way less.
predicted to be his contract, but that's because he's on a team and he wants to win with that team. Like we'll see how that goes in the next year or two, depending on how they do with our
Yeah.
predictions proving us wrong, which we'll get to again. But and it's still early in the season, so we'll see. But yeah, I mean, it would. But then again, like on the other side of the salary cap, yeah, you like to have an enemy that's easy to hate, I think. And
Yeah,
with
and that is the LA Dodgers for
yeah,
sure.
with the Dodgers, they've become that team. Like it's easy to cheer
Yeah.
for an underdog, and in order to have an underdog, you need to have that Goliath, right? Like you need to have that big team that's always there that has all the big names, and every night when they start a pitcher, you're like, "Oh shit, whoops. How are we going to hit balls off of this guy?" But you
Yeah.
but you say it every single game cuz they have so many pitchers that can be that guy, right? And but it makes it more fun to watch as well because you get that dynamic of, oh my, like the team that shouldn't be hitting balls is hitting balls and making a run for it and stuff. So
Yeah.
I see both ends of the salary cap, but yeah, I don't know. As far as baseball goes,
And
it's kind of pretty cemented that a salary cap is not a liked thing amongst most people that I talk to. So
no, and I mean, part of it is I think they want to introduce the floor as well because there are some teams who refuse to spend, some owners who refuse to spend,
yeah,
and then that's where we don't get what you're talking about. There's teams that just dwell at the bottom of their divisions and in their leagues because they won't spend.
mm-hmm,
So, but when we talk about the Blue Jays being massive underdogs in this situation, the funny part is they have the fifth highest payroll in the league.
mm-hmm,
It's not like not like they're down in
yeah,
the tens or twenties. They're the fifth highest spending team in the league.
yeah,
Yet they're still being viewed right now as the saviors if they can pull this off of baseball, literally. And I
yeah,
find that hilarious. Like Vladdy just signed for $550 million.
yeah, yeah. He's sitting pretty, eh?
Yeah, these aren't a team of penny pinchers. So
Mhm. I saw
we'll see.
something
But
interesting too that hopefully this doesn't come to bite us after
yeah,
as we start going through the series. But
yeah,
I think I can't remember if it was the last 4 or last 5 series where the two champion teams, if one got a sweep and the other one went to 7 games, the team that went to 7 games has won the last 3 or 4 of them. So I'm not
I'm glad you
I'm
brought
not
that up
putting
and not
anything
me
up, but
because it was on my notes, but you brought it up, so
yeah,
thank you. You can be the one who said it.
yeah,
I will agree. Yes, yeah, I
uh,
saw that stat floating around as well.
yeah. We're not gonna predict
We're not gonna
anything
touch
with
it.
that, but
Yeah.
just thought I'd throw it out there. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah, you're right, and it goes directly against the betting line, like we said. Like the Jays are heavy, heavy, heavy underdogs, which I'm sure the money line will change if they can win even just one of two at home to start this series. The way the Dodgers have been rolling through teams,
yeah,
but I really don't think I can't believe they're going to be swept. I did say one thing went right. I did say the Dodgers were going to sweep the Brewers.
yeah.
So hooray! I'm one for about a dozen predictions I had last week.
Yep.
Uh, but
Yeah.
I don't think either way. I'll say either way. I don't think it'll be a sweep. I think this series, pardon me, will go 6 at least, if not 7, because that's the way that this season has gone for at least the Jays. It's got to be drama filled.
Yeah.
There's no way this is going 4.
Yeah. It's been
I
a
can't see
scrappy
that.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, speaking of scrappy, the George Springer revenge. I really want to bring this up because it was Game 5 in Seattle. He takes a fastball directly off the knee,
Hmm.
which I could never imagine how bad that hurts.
Oh man. Yeah. You'd
He's
be
down.
swollen.
Yeah, he's down. He's clutching. He's got the doctors out there, the manager out there, and the Seattle fans are cheering the injury.
Yeah.
That ugly. That's tough.
Yep.
But I don't really believe in karma. But to have George Springer be the guy who comes up in the seventh and hits that 3-run home run that sends you home in the Jays to the World Series has some sweet irony to it, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely it does. I also don't believe in karma, but I do believe in people using it as motivation, right?
Right?
I think that moment in time was definitely made to be a revenge moment. I think he just grasped the crap out of
Yeah.
it and
Yeah.
made it happen. So
Love that.
yeah.
So, like we said, World Series starts tonight, Friday. I'm so excited for it. Hopefully, by the time we record again here next week, I'm not in a depression mode. Like I said, I think it should be a good series. Real
Yeah.
excited for it.
Yeah.
So,
If you join the podcast and we both have a beer in our hands, you'll know how it went
yeah.
already.
Yeah, that's right. Um, all right, we're gonna move over to the NHL, and like we kind of foreshadowed here a little bit, um, I, everything I said last week has come back to bite me in the ass.
Yep. Me too. Me too. And even
Florida,
further from then.
yeah, right. Florida, who have had to make some apologies to some people because I said, hey, I don't care about those injuries. They're going to be a fantastic team. I think they've won one game since the last time I said that. Lost a bunch. Lost to teams like Buffalo,
Yeah.
who I said were god awful.
Yeah.
And Buffalo's out here winning 3-4 games.
Yep.
Detroit, you put the note there.
Yeah. Put
Best.
a note because I was all pumped on Detroit being 5-1. I put in our notes that Detroit is the best, and they've lost their last two now, so they're down to 5-3 and slipping away a little bit, which makes sense. But yeah,
But I also said, again, it was week one, early predictions for the playoff. I was like, you know what, the Atlantic Division, they're going to have 5 playoff teams. They're going to have both wild card spots.
mm-hmm.
I don't think they have any wild card spots the way this is going now.
Yeah, doesn't look like it.
The Atlantic is such a mess of teams taking points off of each other, right?
Yeah.
The pack is so close together because nobody can run away.
Yeah.
It's meanwhile in the Metro, another team I said was gonna be a basement dweller, the Pittsburgh Penguins, just keep winning. And who did they just beat most recently? Oh, I'm pretty sure that was Florida, just to add insult to injury.
Sure does, yeah. Yeah.
So when he said last week,
team...
don't take any betting advice from us, I wasn't joking. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, another team that we said wasn't going to achieve very highly was the Capitals, and they're 5-2. Like, we were literally just wrong about every single thing that we said. I don't think there was one team besides maybe the Avalanche where we touched on saying they were going to be consistently fine. And that's the only one. I think Montreal too. I guess we were saying they were looking hot and they've continued to look fairly hot.
Who lost a real tough one last night, had their players coming out and blaming the refs.
Yeah.
Which I don't like to see, but I'm not sure I necessarily disagree with the way that happens.
Yeah.
Especially since Brendan Gallagher came out and he said, with the letter on his chest, he has the right to go and talk to the refs. And I think it was the first one, the boarding call on Slavkovsky, when the refs admitted to him, oops, that wasn't really a penalty.
Yeah.
Okay. Typically, rumor has it that refs try and make that up for the other team, don't they? But I think it was 5-1 in terms of minor penalties, Montreal side, and Edmonton scores a couple of late power play goals to sneak that through. And good for Edmonton, I guess, because they need a win, but kind of sucks for a team like Montreal, who they have a great record, but I think every one of their wins is by 1 goal.
Yeah.
They got a lot of overtime wins.
Yep.
So it's not like they're dominating teams, but I would have liked to have seen them escape with that one, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's tough too because you never want to hear the ref admit that. You either want to be angry at him for the call and have him stand by that call anyways so you can be pissed about it, or you want him to just leave it alone. You never want to hear, oops, my bad. Because that just
Yeah,
makes it like, oh, so we just got
like that makes it
scored on for
worse.
nothing.
Yeah,
And now,
yeah.
and you know that. Like, that makes it, yeah, that makes that tough to swallow for sure.
Yeah. We didn't really give Winnipeg their flowers. We kind of mentioned them last week, but they're still, well, they're basically Canada's hope right now as the Canadian teams are
Yeah.
struggling out of the gate here.
Yeah.
Um, uh, Toronto's a tire fire. I could say that based on everything I have behind me. It's awful. It's awful. You got their goalie Stolarz, calling out the team after that loss to Seattle,
Hmm.
saying that they're way too easy to play against. Their offense makes it super easy on other goalies. He's calling guys out for not coming to his aid because he's got run 2 times already in the regular season, once in the preseason. This is after the playoff series last year where Sam Bennett knocked him out of the
Yeah.
series. There was a lot of social media call to give him the C after he called the team out. And I can see that because it's been the same thing for the last 10 years in the now Matthews. We used to always say Matthews Marner era, but he's gone. So the Matthews era.
Hmm.
But it's not that they're necessarily a soft team because they have weight. They win battles, but they're not a fighting team. It's never been that way.
Hmm.
Right? Matthews gets punched in the face. All he does is laugh and skate away. Nobody does anything about it.
Yeah.
Easton Cowan gets cross-checked into a post. They all go, "Oh, man, that sucks."
Yeah.
Right?
Move
They don't
along.
do anything about it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's always bugged me for sure. But if you're Stolarz, you were with the Florida organization for a number of years, and then Toronto last year. This isn't a surprise. This isn't new to you.
Yeah.
So why he had felt like he had to go out into the media after the game and call out the team for the way they play when this is how they play. This is how they've made the playoffs 9 years in a row.
Yeah.
It's probably why they lose in the playoffs 9 years in a row.
Yeah.
But you can't just make a shift between the regular season and the playoffs. So maybe that's his point is
Yeah.
he was a part of a Florida organization that, he's got a cup ring from it. So things are looking pretty ugly there
Yeah.
as well. And guess who they play back to back? The Leafs is Buffalo. So I'm not even going to pretend to have any confidence going into this back to back situation.
Yeah. That's
Whose game times, by the way, crazy that in Canada, Hockey Night in Canada, they shifted all the start times this weekend to work with the World Series games in
Oh,
Toronto.
nice.
I get we're only, a couple weeks into the NHL season, but that's feels pretty significant to me that they're moving Hockey Night in Canada times to
Yeah.
accommodate for World Series games.
Yeah. That's kind of cool. I didn't know that, and that's sweet.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Toronto does. I get trying to light a fire a little bit, especially coming from a place like Florida and having that sort of winning background for a couple of years and the way that
And
they
a
win,
team
right?
that's just a monster, exactly.
Yeah, like they're not scared to ruffle feathers, or they're usually the ones instigating those things rather than defending those things, right? So they're on top of it right from the get-go. So I can see trying to light that fire a little bit, but you also got to have buy-in from the team so that you're not just creating animosity, right? So it'll be interesting to see where some of the big guys on the team go with that, whether they kind of stand behind it and support it or if it creates more issues than help.
Well, yeah, and we say that, their very next game where we assume there'd be a response and they get blown out by New Jersey 5-2. Stolarz doesn't look great himself, which is an issue. He's going to call out the team, then he's going to go out there and he's going to get shelled. Now that not all those goals were on him because the team didn't play great either, but
Yeah.
it's just an ugly look when you go out there, you call out the team, and then you get lit up and in a 5-2 loss after that. That's disappointing to see.
Yeah, absolutely.
On the brighter side, rookie Matthew Schaefer for the Islanders, he started his year off with a 6-game point streak as a rookie, which I think is, if not a record, tied for a record. Just incredible, really, especially playing. I shouldn't say this, but especially playing for the Islanders. Look, they'll turn around and do something fantastic. But a 6-game point streak by a rookie defenseman is pretty incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Great Canadian. I've seen some things. Hey, are we looking at Matthew Schaefer for the Olympic team? No. Is the
Yeah.
short answer to that.
Yeah.
Sorry, he will have his moment on these Olympic teams and Team Canada's, but it's not this year.
Yeah.
Let's slow our roll a little bit.
Yeah.
Um,
We got enough guys to fill our roster already that are, fighting and old boys. You like seeing all the old boys on the Olympic ice because it's kind of nostalgic and
yeah,
fun, right? So
yeah, I
till
can't wait.
it's
That'll be
time.
something that we definitely talk about going forward. But
Yeah.
um, yeah, there's lots of debates. Even last time at the Four Nations, why no Evan Bouchard? The guy doesn't know how to play defense. He's an offensive defenseman, but when you already have Kale McCarr,
Yeah.
you don't need another offensive defenseman trying to trip over each other, trying to eat each other's power play minutes or whatever. So,
Yeah.
uh, yeah,
Yeah.
Metro, New Jersey 6-1, Carolina 6-1, Pittsburgh 6-2, Washington 5-2. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
They
Florida is
just.
third in the Atlantic with a losing record. Like
Mm-hmm.
the Atlantic just, and they've played against each other a lot. So they need to kind of separate, get out west, start playing some cross division games to create some separation. But right now, you have first with Montreal 12 points and last with 4 points is the spread.
Yeah.
So, Race.
Yep.
Out west, like you said, Colorado is doing Colorado things. They don't have a regulation loss yet. They're
Yep.
5-0-3.
Points every
So
game.
hooray! There's another one we said
Yeah.
come true.
Yes.
What I didn't see was Utah after, because I think they started 0-2. They're now 6-2.
Mm-hmm. They
Utah
are.
newly branded Mammoth.
Yes.
How
With
do you how do you feel about that logo?
um I mean, it's okay. It's nothing special. I would have liked to see a little more color or
Yeah,
something,
it
but
feels to me like what you do when you're playing the NHL game and you're
yeah,
doing your expansion team, right?
100%. It's one of the default logos that you just change the shading in a little bit. Yeah.
100%. 100%. I don't necessarily have anything against it. It just looks lame.
Yep.
And of course, Vegas, the other team not to have lost yet in regulation, also 5-0-2. Marner looks like he fits in great, but Jack Eichel has just been tearing the league apart from his side. So
Mm-hmm.
Marner moves from playing with Matthews to Eichel. I know he doesn't play on Eichel's line all the time. He's kind of been actually pushed down the lineup, which is crazy, but it's not a big adjustment for him. He seems to have fit in very well in Vegas, and Vegas looks like they're going to be a juggernaut out west again.
Yeah. Pacific is another tough division though. Like there's not a whole lot of spread. Like you've got the Sharks and the Flames with only 4 and 3 points respectively, but the rest of them are all within 3.4. Well, I guess 4 points of the Knights, but like there's 5 teams there within 2 points of each other, and
Yeah, you're
all
right. The West is really bunched too, and I think that's goes back to what I'm saying. Like they got to start playing some cross division games here too, because
yeah,
the West has been stuck in the West as well.
100%. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see once they do start branching out how everything falls a little bit, but yeah, Canada teams are just not
It's
doing
not looking
anything so
great up
far.
here.
Yeah.
Let's hope that they're all just saving themselves for playoffs, other than Calgary. I'm sorry, but that team's toast.
They don't have a chance. Yeah, they're done.
If
Uh
they're willing to prove me wrong, then go ahead. But a 1-6-1 start, that's already tough to come back from. Like you're so far behind
yeah.
the eight ball. Again, to keep beating this drum, they've lost to their division and
Mhm.
their conference.
Yeah.
It's hard to make that ground back up if you're not going to take any points off the teams in the West.
Yeah. Especially with teams that are stronger at finishing a season than starting a season, like the Oilers and the Canucks and the Knights are strong all the way through generally, but like think about
I
last
would
year,
put
the
LA in that
Kraken.
category.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Like the Kraken, the Kings, the Canucks, the Oilers, they all had. I mean, the Oilers struggled for a bit there, but they all had fairly strong ends to the season, and that's, yeah, 8 games in with only 1 win 3 points total is a tough place to come back from.
And it's the way they're losing. They have their goalie calling them out as well, saying, "I can't generate offense," because it's like they've only scored a goal in every one of their games.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
you,
they
you
scored
can't win
4
with
against
only
the
one.
Oilers.
Yeah, and then since then,
Yeah,
one's on the board.
Absolutely nuts.
Not going to win a lot of games that way. So
Nope.
All right, shifting from the NHL over to the NFL in Week 7.
Yeah, Week 7. So it was a interesting week. There was a lot of matchups that were kind of either lopsided or lower end teams going on this week, it feels like, in my opinion at least. One that I really enjoyed was the Flacco versus Rodgers game. That was a fun one to watch. Pretty big. I saw a YouTube video of a guy saying the battle of the unks, and with two 40-year-old quarterbacks just going at each other. It was a really fun one to watch, actually. It lasted right till the end with a field goal to win it for the Bengals, but yeah, it was a good game. Good game and fun to watch some old boys throw the ball around. Like they were both looking like they were in their prime out there, so it's a pretty good one.
Much more relatable for us, hey, like we talked about in the NHL last week. There's not a guys that we grew up with.
Yeah,
so
100%. Yeah,
that is fun to see. You're right.
Yeah, fun to see some guys that you watched when you were a kid. That's for sure. Yeah, other ones. Packers Cardinals was a great game with the Packers coming away with that one. We had Micah Parsons with 3 sacks and Josh Jacobs running for 2 touchdowns in that one. That was a great game. The Cowboys seem to have pulled it together a little bit. I mean, of course, because I said they're in trouble.
Yeah, it's 1 week. I'll back you on that one.
yeah, but they were looking good.
Team, but you're right.
Yeah, they put up a lot of offense in that one. I mean, their struggle this season has been their defense, so it'll be interesting to see. I mean, the Commanders are kind of off to a slow start this year as far as offense goes, so it'll be interesting to see if they can kind of pull their defense together to match their offense, because if the Cowboys can get their defense working.
Took a hit when they let somebody like Bosa walk from their defense, and oh no, our defense struggles.
Yeah,
mess that team is.
Yeah, I think a lot of Cowboy fans have kind of accepted the Parsons move though, just because, like, he's worth a lot of money, and they weren't doing a whole lot with him, so let him go do something with a team that might do something with him, you know? But it's also, I mean, I say that they've accepted that, but that's probably just them coping with it more than accepting it.
We're fine.
Yeah, we're doing great. I love watching Micah play for the Packers. It's great. It's awesome. Yeah, but they're looking a little bit better there. I mean, standings wise, the one that really stands out to me is New England Patriots at the top of the AFC East. Like, where did that come from? That's bizarre to me. I mean, they've been a consistent team, but I definitely didn't see them at the top of the list after week 7 going into week 8, and
their schedule has been lighter.
Yep.
So, like you mentioned last week, it'll be interesting to see down the stretch if that's a team who can survive.
Mm-hmm.
Their schedule doesn't get a ton more challenging now that, the Bengals don't have Burrow.
Yeah.
The Ravens are beat up. And play the Dolphins, the Giants, the Jets. They might walk themselves into a playoff spot here. Their only tough game, I think, are the Bills.
Yeah, they very well could end up in a playoff spot, which is pretty cool, actually.
Yeah. It's who's cheering against them is probably Bill Belichick. His reputation is just taking a smack here.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, it's a tough look. Kind of.
Tom Brady moves on. He wins another Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The team's turned around just fine without him, but
yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's always as much as you can make the argument that it was all Tom Brady and Bill was just kind of hanging on, there's always pieces that fall the way they do, right? And I mean, even if you're the best of all time, like the greatest of all time, it doesn't mean that another guy can't come in with the same team and make other things work, right? Like it's not, I wouldn't say, in my opinion at least, it's not really an argument against Bill. It's just kind of
Yeah.
sometimes things work out differently for other people, and how, like, everybody's different, right? Everybody brings their own unique flavor to everything, so it's kind of tough to comparison is the death of creativity, Cole.
Wow, I don't know where you pulled that quote out from, but I love it. Caption that for the title of this
yeah.
one.
Yeah. So I mean, like, yeah, everybody does things just a little different. Even if you go at something with the same approach as somebody else, right? Like your own unique flavor could be that piece that was missing. So
Totally, and
Bill,
it is a team sport. At the end of the day, you have to have all the right pieces for it to work, right?
yeah,
So
and Bill had his time. I mean, Bill did what he did, right? There's no argument against that. So everybody kind of seems to fade a little bit at the end of their career, and that's just kind of how sports work. So, um, yeah, I don't know. Pittsburgh Steelers up at the top is kind of cool to see. Aaron Rodgers moving over there and making some stuff happen for the Steelers is kind of cool. Um, One that's also surprising to me is like Denver Broncos are at the top of the AFC West, and it's like then you got the Chargers up there and the Chiefs behind them. So it's kind of like seems like things have been shaken up a little bit so far this year. I mean, you got the Jacksonville Jaguars doing good at 4-3. Eagles are
just yeah, it looks like we're going to see a lot of teams make the playoffs with very middle of the road records. Hey,
yeah.
just positive. I mean, look at the NFC West to jump over. You have three teams at 5-2.
Yeah. Yep.
Not a lot of separation there, but like the middle, yeah, the middling teams. If you're not a division leader, like it looks like you're going to get a lot of teams who are just on the positive side of their record,
Yeah.
which isn't a bad thing. It means that I think it means that the year was fairly competitive. Okay, moving from the NFL, the NBA did finally get underway. Again, not that we pay too much attention to it for a couple of reasons that we'll touch on. One of them is, well, the World Series is getting underway, so again, that eats up a lot of attention. The other one, we'll just get this out of the way, is most of the NBA news has been overshadowed by this gambling scandal,
Mm-hmm.
which has seen, what, 30 people indicted, few people arrested. It involves the New York Mafia.
Yeah.
Didn't have that on the bingo card to kick off the year, but
No.
the NBA has just been in a dark place. It started in the summer with the Kawhi stuff and Uncle Dennis and
Mm-hmm.
getting paid from the tree company as a side gig. I don't know where the NBA is going with this. They're gonna have to take a deep look into everything.
Yeah.
And what's come from this gambling scandal is people, fans, even some players they're going back on tape and going, why did this guy miss this? Why did that pass get lobbed over there? Why did he get pulled from the game here? It's completely ruining the reputation of the NBA.
Mm-hmm. It sure is. It's
So
pretty crazy.
we'll we'll kind of keep tabs on this and see where it goes. We don't want to touch on it too much because it's pretty serious and it's not really meant for us to talk about. So we'll wait for the facts to come out. But that's kind of what's dominating the NBA news.
Yeah.
Other than that, the Raptors started their season off with the new record of 138 points in season opener.
Yeah.
Now it was just the Hawks,
Yeah.
I'll say, but that's a great start for a team who the last few years has been very open about the fact that we're not really competitive. We're not looking to compete. We're building. We're turning over.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like now could be the time. Scotty's another year older. Brandon Ingram's healthy, and he looked fantastic in that
Mm-hmm.
first game. So maybe it's a team that can actually maybe compete for, let's say, the play-in. I don't think they'll be a lock for a playoff spot, but if they can get themselves to the play-in, I think that's improvement. That's exciting.
Yep, absolutely. I would agree.
What else? LeBron, old man LeBron, nowhere to be seen. Doesn't play game one. Sitting on the sideline, looking completely disinterested in the sport of basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what do they say? Sidelined with sciatica.
Sciatica's a tough go, Cole. I've been there, bud. It's tough.
I'm holding back from saying it's an old man syndrome, but
100% it is. Oh, 100%.
um,
Mm.
yeah, and there's really no timeline for him to come back. So that's an end of an era. I think he probably, again, in my opinion, just my opinion, he should have stepped away a few years ago and
Yeah.
left when you were healthy, able-bodied, and still considered one of the best guys in the league. Because now, like the rest of the NBA, with what's happening, his legacy is being tarnished
Mm-hmm.
in terms of health, willingness to play, his attitude on the bench. But did you also see this Russell Westbrook book and comments made by him?
No, I didn't.
So he's basically called out LeBron for being fake
Okay.
in every sense of the word. LeBron would say things like, his favorite movie is The Godfather, but people would ask him, "Oh, like what's your favorite line?" He wouldn't have a clue. He can't say a line from the movie. He'd say, "Oh, this book's so great," and Russell Westbrook comes out and says, he's never read that book. He doesn't own that book. He has no idea what that book is.
Yeah.
One man's opinion. I know Russell Westbrook and LeBron, their separation wasn't exactly cordial. As
Mm-hmm.
LeBron basically pushed him out of the team because he has full control of the team somehow. So,
Yeah.
maybe it's just some anger there, but yeah, that's it, it's just the timing of it too, with everything else going on. And Westbrook's like, let's jump on this.
Yeah.
I can call out LeBron for just being an absolute fraud
Oh
in every
boy.
sense. So,
Yeah.
I tough to be an NBA fan.
Yeah, it's starting to look like a Netflix series drama show here.
Oh,
There's
that's
so many
shaping
things
right
going
up,
on.
isn't it? There's
Yeah.
gonna be documentaries left, right, and center about
Uh-huh.
that one, isn't there?
Yeah,
Isn't
100%.
there?
It'll look just like Drive to Survive for F1. Everything that happens will be blown up to 100 times and just
Yeah,
scrutinized, and yeah, it'll be hilarious.
just yeah, microscopic takes into the smallest of things. Like I said with that gambling scandal, it's like, oh, when the ball went out of bounds here and so missed quarter four here,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's gonna be a mess.
Oh yeah.
Other than the Raptors, I really didn't pay attention to anything else NBA besides the LeBron story. So that's really all I have for the NBA. Sorry, NBA,
Yeah,
but
I
you are
I
not at the top of mind.
yeah, I got the 12-minute TSN game recap on the Raptors game, and that's all I looked into for NBA as well. I was too focused on F1 and NFL. So
Yeah, fair enough. So then I guess we'll move over to our dumbest sports moment of the week.
yeah.
And we're not going to include our takes from last week, which could easily slide in here. But we're gonna
Yeah.
we're gonna move past this, and
Uh,
we'll touch on last week. So last week, what's your dumbest sports moment of the week?
so mine was pretty simple. It's not the biggest thing, but I'm a little biased as a Detroit fan and an Edmonton Oilers hater until they're the last team in the playoffs for Canada. But
Yeah.
mine was Draisaitl whiffing the backhand catch pass when he had an opportunity to score the tying goal in the third period against Detroit. They went on to add an empty netter to win 4-2, but that pass was, I mean, for somebody making millions of dollars, in my opinion, should have been a pretty easy pass to catch. But yeah, that's mine.
Indicative of their season. I saw it's a credit to TSN who kind of made the note. Edmonton just looks disinterested.
Yeah.
McDavid, Draisaitl, and again, fair enough. They've been to the Cup final 2 years in a row, deep runs 3-4 years in a row. It's been a lot of hockey,
Yep.
a lot of drama over the summer. If they could fast forward to the playoffs, I'm sure they would. But yeah, that's just indicative of their season, isn't it? Widely regarded as one of the top 3-4 best players in the league who can't catch a fairly straightforward pass to tie the game up like that is just the way their season's going. So
Yeah.
fair enough.
I think a lot of it is the scrutinization too, right? Like top Canadian team for the last few years. Always puts a spotlight on you and brings a lot of yeah, scrutiny, and kind of that would be a lot to handle on and on. And then when you're struggling as much as they have at the start of the season here, that would also add to frustration, I would imagine. So a little bit of disinterest might be what they need for now. Just kind of hit that point where they need to reset, and then they can go on from there. But it'll be interesting to see how they do.
So put a pin in that sentiment because we're going to come back to that in a second after I get through my dumbest sports moment of the week, which was last Wednesday night. The Flames and Canadians are playing in Calgary in the Saddle Dome, and they have no lights. It's dark. No house lights. And if you're watching on TV, they made the color correction on TV until you got some replay camera angles, and you're going, what the heck? Why does it look like that? It's because half the house lights weren't working. So
Yeah.
they delayed the start of the game by 10 minutes, and then they're like, oh, well, this isn't getting any better. So they played
Yep.
in the dark.
Yep.
An NHL game. The Saddle Dome is such a joke.
It is.
And I know they've got their deal for the new rink, and the new rink's being built and everything, but like, you can't just let an NHL rink fall into disrepair to the point where you don't have lights
Yeah.
for an NHL game. That is so embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
Lived in Calgary for a few years, went to a few games there, but that arena is just, it's so awful.
It is.
It's
not
so
great.
awful.
It's kind of like
I've
going to
been
your grandma's house. Like, you just walk
right.
in and the smell just hits you, and you're just like, oh, this thing's been up for too long.
The seats are terrible.
Yep.
Um,
You can't
and
see anything from half of the seats.
the people of Calgary are fine. The people of Calgary are good, but I think that rink, it invites some shenanigans. I've been to some games up there where up in the upper levels, it's
Yeah.
it's a dogfight.
Yeah.
And then you go out to Edmonton's brand new rink, and I was shocked at how normal it was. It
Yeah.
was so tame there.
Oh yeah.
The Leafs were in town. The Leafs beat up on the Oilers, and the Oilers fans were like, yeah. And
Yeah.
there was no fights. There were no beers thrown. We didn't get trampled trying to leave. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is kind of nice. The rink out in Vancouver is nice. The rink in Toronto is fantastic, of course. But that Saddle Dome,
Yeah.
we'll have to live stream the demolition or something. I can't wait for that thing to go.
That would be good. Yeah. Couple of beers and a rink demo. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I told you to put a pin in that sentiment because I want you to introduce your WTF, Colby's WTF moment of the week here.
Uh-oh. I don't know where this is going now. I'm scared. Okay, so my WTF moment as a non-soccer fan is soccer penalty kicks. When do they happen, and how do you not score every time you get one?
Great question. So I'll start with the when do they happen, and that's the easier part. It's the offensive player has to be in the 18-yard box, so in that crease.
Okay.
And if he's illegally tackled in that area, that's when the penalty kick occurs.
Okay.
Other than obviously, in important games, playoff games, tournament games where there's after overtime, you would go to the shootout or penalty kicks. But that's the only time it can be called. If you're on, a clear-cut breakaway, but you're 3, 4, 5 steps before that 18-yard line and you're tackled, it's just a free kick, not a penalty kick. You have to be in that 18-yard box on any side too, because it extends out to the sides. So
yeah,
any time, or if a handball occurs in the 18-yard box as well by the defensive team,
interesting.
that can trigger a penalty kick as well. Yeah,
interesting. All right.
You asked why they miss, why they don't score. Well, it has a lot to do, and this is from a little bit of experience because I did play for a few years, but I did decide to do some actual research on this. It's a combination of psychological, physical factors, including pressure, overthinking, and of course, there is a level of skill and anticipation to it. But it's mostly down to the psychological side of things. Soccer games, football matches, especially like the World Cup that's coming, these are played in front of tens, sometimes some stadiums, hundreds of thousands of spectators.
Yeah.
And if you're the opposing player, they're screaming at you. Soccer has a long history of players in this or people in the stands with laser pointers, shining laser pointers in your eyes.
Lovely.
Keeper, and offensive player.
Yeah.
So the pressure itself, because the game stops, everybody's watching you. And I know it's the same in other sports, but they would feel it too. Everybody's watching you. All eyes are on you,
Yeah.
and everything stands still. There's no fluidity to it, right? You
Yeah.
get 3 to 5 step lead up to the ball. The keeper has to stand still until the kicker moves. So literally the whole world stops
Yeah.
and everything is on you. So there's a huge psychological factor to it. And that net probably just shrinks for them, right? Because yes, the joke is that net is monstrously huge. How do you not score?
Yeah.
And I don't know, you see it all the time. You see penalty kicks 1 3 to 1, 4-3. It's like how is this not going 11 rounds before somebody just whiffs on one
Yeah.
or the goalie gets lucky? Now, on the other side of things, the goalkeeper, his psychological thing is, he's got a book like every other goalie. He's got a book on the shooter. Where does he tend to go? What does he tend to do? And it's a complete guess. You can read some body language, but other than that, like I am shocked. I'm a little in awe of how often the keeper will guess in the right direction.
Hmm. Yeah.
Not just the right direction, but high and low,
Yeah.
right? To get a glove on it. It's a long way of saying I don't know why they miss so often.
Yeah.
Other than the psychological factor taking over, it's just a lot of pressure to, kicking a soccer ball isn't as easy as it looks either. You need to strike it on the right part of your foot at the right part of the ball to make it go the right way. If not, if you get under it, it's going over or you're going to hit the crossbar.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
you know,
And I mean, soccer is
it's
on a different level, so I totally get the psychological thing. Like, soccer fans are insane. So I
crazy.
I do get that part
Crazy.
of it for
You
sure.
you see it down. I can't remember where it was. Somewhere in Africa, I believe. Their team loses in the qualifying for the World Cup, and the stadium's going up in flames. There's police, and like it's just the sport is out of control.
Yeah.
Outside of North America, of course, it's not really our thing here. But like, yeah, you carry countries, cities, sporting dreams on your back because that's all they have over there, right? They don't
Yeah.
follow the North American sports. Like it's the weight of tens and hundreds of thousands of people on your back. So
Yep.
I don't know how I would handle it. Of course, I've never and probably never will be in a situation like that. But I couldn't imagine in the World Cup final, like we've seen a few times, stepping up for penalty kicks at the end.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I would need a poop break for sure.
Yeah.
Time out, time out. I gotta go.
Yeah.
Like,
100%. Yeah.
so
Hmm. Yeah.
that's what I got for you there as an answer.
Cool. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So that wraps up the past week in sports. What are we looking forward to in the next week of sports from data recording Friday on?
World Series, I think honestly is one
World
for me.
Series.
Yep.
Big one. Yep.
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 It'll be. I mean, with the Jays in there, it's
That's
something
really
on
all
my
I've got on my
agenda.
mind. I'm curious to see again how, yeah, for sure. I'm also curious to see how the NHL season continues unfolding. We've been so wrong. I'd really like to see some teams start to separate themselves in the NHL, and I just kind of want to get to that quarter mark so that we can maybe start seeing some moves in the league.
Yeah.
Um, the NBA, do our best to kind of keep tabs on the Raptors, but that again will take a back seat till the World Series is
Yep.
over, I think. So
Definitely. Yeah.
cool.
Oh,
Well,
and F1 in Mexico. Just to touch
yeah,
on
again,
that.
another North American race is great. I love those times.
Yep.
That is coming to the end of their season as well. So
Getting there.
we are busy bees with the amount of sports that are on right now. I've never had so much overlap. The Jays have never been this deep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've never really cared much about the NFL, but
Mm-hmm.
trying to keep tabs on that, it's just F1, and it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a great time, but
Yeah.
I'm not really moving much this weekend. There's going to be a lot of sports for me to watch, so that's what I'm looking forward to is sitting on the couch for 8 hours a day, keeping tabs on everything.
Yeah. 100%. It'll be good.
Cool. Well, we should probably reconvene. I think in a week from now, we'll look back at how wrong we were once again.
Yeah.
Hopefully have
Oh,
some happy news on the World Series of all. If it goes really well or bad, I guess it'll be wrapped up in a week because
yeah.
those series fly by so quickly. But
We'll have
maybe
more.
we'll be looking to set up game 6 or 7 here next week. And
Yeah.
nervous.
Yep. Yeah. Exciting stuff. Should be good.
All right. Well, until next week, enjoy your sports.
See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye. Hmm. Where is my mouse?